today I have with me Glen Stambone, and he is joining us for the 16th Pharmaceutical Resource Planning and Portfolio Management Conference taking place in Philadelphia, February 7th through 9 this year. And we are extremely excited. We're covering a lot of fun topics. If you attend, you are going to learn how to master your resource planning, prioritize your projects, create people and develop teams, and improve your operational excellence that will just grow your company and organizational value overall. So I'm really excited to introduce Glen today. He is going to be presenting on streamlining communication and productivity through visual project management. And he's doing both a workshop and a session during the second day of the conference. And Glen has over 20 years of professional experience in process improvement, strategic planning, compliance, and project management. And he actually started his career as an Army logistics officer, operating overseas during multiple combat tours. He also holds an MBA from the Johns Hopkins University, where he used to be an assistant professor. And he is a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt and has been certified in multiple Lean Six Sigma credentials by the American Society for Quality, where he served on section boards in Washington, D.C. and Chicago. He is passionate about quality, customer service, and leveraging technology to drive improvements while enhancing the employee experience. So, with all of that being said, hi, welcome, Glen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Marissa. Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for the introduction.
Absolutely. So I want to start off by asking you what the audience should expect from your workshop and session.
Yeah, so it's a good question. I mean, really, for this type of a workshop, it can apply to anyone. It doesn't matter which industry. Obviously, this is a pharmaceutical targeted conference. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be working directly in a PMO or be in that specific role, but anybody can benefit from it. And what we're going to be focusing on really is how do you identify and manage the highest value work? How do you make sure that this high value work is also connected to your strategic goals? And then how do you go ahead and track it over time to ensure that you're just driving most value and that you focus less on unnecessary communication, unnecessary reporting, and more time doing the work that matters.
Hmm. Okay, great. So, in your experience with your team, is there a direct impact that visual project management has had on your guys' productivity?
Sure, absolutely, and it's not just productivity in the sense of efficiency, but it's also effectiveness too. You know, if you focus more on how you drive value and how you visualize work and how you connect that to your strategic goals, you're going to find that the outputs are going to eventually be better. And then when you have increased efficiency, you have increased effectiveness. The synergy of those two together is going to end up leading to better employee satisfaction. It's going to lead to reduced risk, greater compliance, and then ultimately better products and services for your customers.
Awesome. So, in general, what are some of the challenges that project and portfolio managers are facing today within pharma?
There's so many opportunities, right? In any type of company, any type of organization in general. I think one of the biggest challenges is prioritizing what is the most important work. And then once you prioritize that work, how do you collaborate, especially now after the pandemic, virtually across different time zones, different geographical locations? How do you collaborate with people who are in person, who are in virtual? And then how do you identify some of the best tools, some of the best approaches, because there's just so many out there in order to get the right work done.
Hmm. Absolutely. So, what do you believe is the benefit of attending a conference like this?
Sure, I say first really is the biggest benefit is going to be learning some new approaches. Right? You know, like we're all there to learn. There's some great topics on the agenda. I view the agenda that you sent. I think it's going to be fascinating to to attend all of those different modules and learn about what some of the experts have to say. I'm definitely going to look forward to that. The second is learning how to use the tools that you have that you may not be completely aware of, right? So there's a lot of tools out there that may require you to go out there and buy something new, or or learn like a brand new platform, for example. The focus of this workshop is going to be really focusing on tools that are readily available. And I know that in other modules as well, not just in my workshop, but in other speaking sessions, the focus is going to be similar in that we're going to be focusing on tools that are readily available, readily accessible, that people can leverage right away. And I can tell you from the planning that I've done for my workshop, the focus will be at the end of the day, at the end of my workshop, people will be able to go back to their hotel rooms or back to their homes and practice immediately what we discussed during the workshop.
Wow, that is amazing. Well, I have one last question for you, and it's a fun one. Can you tell us the best piece of professional advice that you've ever received?
It's a tough question because I've received so much advice over the past years. I'd say probably some of the advice that I would share that's relevant to this audience is that as a PM or working within a PMO, you're going to be faced with lots of challenges. There's going to be lots of pressure on you to get work done, and my biggest advice is you don't have to be the expert. If you're not a subject matter expert in a particular technical discipline, that's not 100% necessary, as long as you know how to communicate well with people, how to treat everybody with dignity and respect, and then also how to solve problems. That alone is just going to be key to getting any work done. If you do that successfully, I think you can get just about anything done.
Awesome. I really like that advice. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm very excited to see both your workshop and your session at the conference. And I look forward to seeing all of you guys at the conference. So thank you so much, Glenn. And we'll see you in February.
Thanks for having me, Marissa. Take care.